Hi, how's it going, friends? I'm Darkoburi, the Collector, and for this week's unboxing, we're going to have Captain America's shield from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For this week's unboxing, we're going to have Captain America's shield. As you can see, it's from the Legends series, which is made by Hasbro. We've already seen that this is an item for ages 18 and up. And remember that this series is currently airing thanks to our friends at Disney+. So remember to check out the Disney+ platform if you haven't seen it yet. Get started. We've already watched 4 episodes, and honestly, I'm going to keep spoilers to a minimum. If I accidentally let one slip, I apologize, but honestly, the series is just getting started and it's getting better and better. But let's focus more on the unboxing and checking out the piece. This item was a pre-order made directly on Hasbro's website, and I've had it with me for 3 weeks now since it arrived, though it did get a little banged up in transit. It's all good, we already have the shield in our hands. Let's take a quick look at the box before moving on to what we like most, which is the unboxing itself. On the front, we just have the image of the shield here, from Captain America, with the classic colors of both the United States and the Captain himself. We have the star, the colors blue, red, white, and then red again. Here it tells us that it's from Marvel. Honestly, the box, if you look at it, is really big and it's from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. Let's turn it around a bit this way. It just shows the shield again, but let's look at this side. We have the back of the shield, and we can see the size that our shield will be. If you look here, it's going to measure 60 centimeters in diameter. Here it has some straps that are made entirely of leather, which it says are adjustable so you can put them on this part of your hand and use the very same Captain's shield as your own accessory. Let's take a proper look at the shield now that we've taken it out of the box. Honestly, the inside of the box where the shield came was very simple. It just had a bag. Obviously, as I mentioned, it's to protect the paint, and you just take it out of a cardboard box. But let's take a look at all the details on the front of Captain America's shield, which honestly belongs to one of the most beloved heroes in Marvel. The shield is just too iconic. If you remember in the movie Civil War, the first time Peter Parker, or Spider-Man, sees it, he finds it strange and says, hey, you know what? This shield doesn't obey the laws of physics, because whenever Captain America threw it, it always came back to him in every fight. Either Captain America is just really good at throwing the shield, or, like Peter Parker said, it doesn't follow the laws of physics. Like I mentioned, first it has this initial red layer, and if we look at it, we could say it has about 2 layers of silver, then comes the red part again, and then the blue part. If you look at Captain America's suit, which we'll show you a quick image of here, with Chris Evans dressed as Captain America, it has the same colors, and obviously, on his chest, our Captain always has this symbol, the star. He's one of the most patriotic heroes, and he'll always fight for justice, for all the citizens, for their rights, and that's what we see here. We have this new representation of the star. If you look closely, it's the star on the outside, but it has all these sections inside here. If you notice, it has a slightly out outline, let's say, to give it this effect in the middle, and it forms this 5-pointed star. If we look very closely, right here in the center we can see that it almost forms, almost as if it were a circle, or let's say, it's a pentagon. Leave a comment about what you think it looks more like. Does it seem more circular, or is it already a bit more geometric? Another thing you can see is that here it looks like it has a spot where something could fit in. However, it's purely decorative. You can't actually put anything in there, and I don't recommend trying because you'll just end up breaking it. So, this is ornamental. If you look closely, it appears in several parts of the shield, but it doesn't serve any purpose. It's just something that's there. And, as I mentioned, let's take a look at the back. If you notice, it has these 2 straps so you can slide your arm in without any problem, and these are also purely decorative. It has 4 additional ones. If you look here, it seems as if it was assembled by a blacksmith. You can see all the rivets here, giving the impression that the shield is made of metal. Leave a comment if you know what metal Captain America's shield is made of, which, honestly, is one of the most powerful metals in the entire Marvel Universe. But what's interesting is that it still has these straps. If you notice, this is how Captain America holds it. Let's give it a try. If you see, you just slide your arm and so you can adjust the straps, especially on this hand so you can grip it. And let's take it off again. Here, in this part, you adjust it. There are no hooks, you just slide it along and it obviously adjusts to your arm. Or if you want to hang it on a wall, be careful when you do it here so this part doesn't get worn out or hang the wrong way. Honestly, it's really awesome. It is a toy, let's say, because it said it was for people over 18 years old. As you can see, it's pretty tough, so it's going to be very durable, but I don't recommend playing with it because it's a collector's item. And since I'm Darkoburi, the collector, I bought 2 Captain America shields so I could give away the one on this side. Just kidding, don't believe that. If you remember in previous videos, we had here with us our buddy, the first Captain America shield. Obviously, this one, as I mentioned, is the version from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the shield that appears in that series which is currently streaming on Disney+. This one appeared in a previous Darkoburi video, so if you want, check it out on social media, especially on YouTube so you can admire it. There was a poster, a comic, that I have signed by Chris Evans from the Avengers. So, this is the traditional shield. I brought it so you could see it. The first difference is, here's the star. If you notice, it's complete, but it doesn't have anything inside. It doesn't have any of the outlines that the other shield has. And if you look, starting from the star, the colors are the same as on the other shield. We start with the blue color, then we continue with the red color. But the difference starts here. In the silver part, there isn't the score or the dividing line that splits the shield. So, here there's no separation and it ends with this red. If we look at it more closely, we'll see that the shield that appears in the latest series is more intense. The colors are obviously newer, but I still think the red shines a little more on this shield. The star also looks very simple. Let's say this is the first classic shield that Captain America carries. And the back part, let's take a look at it. It seems to be identical. Honestly, to me it looks the same. If you notice, here it has the 2 straps and, like I said, depending on how you hang it, the strap will wear out. I hung it by this strap and if you look, it's already a little worn out. So, always take care. Nothing has happened to this one. It hasn't been hung from here. Always take care of your strap, honestly, because it can get worn out depending on how you use it. I'm leaving you the comparison, both Captain America shields, here on the Darkoburi channel. And as a bonus for this video, we're going to do the unboxing of the Steve Rogers figure, Captain America, from the SH Figwit series. If you notice, this is the same edition we did last week of our heroes from the Endgame movie. So, let's do the unboxing of Steve Rogers right here. Let's take a quick look at the box. If you look, it features our hero. It comes with several interchangeable faces. And here's a representation of what our Captain America looks like. What did we like most about Endgame when it comes to our Captain? That he was able to lift the hammer. He was finally worthy. Thor even said, "I knew it." We'd seen him try to lift it once before. It just budged a little, but he couldn't actually pick it up. And now here we have it. The first thing we see on this side, even if you can't see it perfectly, is a Tamashiai Nation seal. Here it says it's Tamashiai Nation's quality. It's a Bandai piece, and honestly, it's great that Bandai, Tamashiai Nations, and Marvel have teamed up to release these incredible figures. And here we have several poses we can put our Captain in. It comes with a hood piece and an alternate face where he doesn't. If you notice here, Steve Rogers appears, who in the comics is literally like this. He's blonde, he's fair-skinned. And here's the part one like the most, honestly. The pose is just awesome, with the shield and holding Thor's hammer. In the movie, you don't really see this. He doesn't actually have Thor's powers to create these lightning bolts. What he does have is the ability to throw it and call it back. And let's remember that there, Thor, our awesome hero, the buff, chubby Thor who totally hyped us all up. he was the one carrying Stormbreaker. The first thing that impressed me about the figure is that it's fully articulated. If you look, both the legs and the arms, the feet move, but the torso moves a bit more than usual, because we can do this and it's like the hammer is coming this way, and he's dodging it in such a cool way. And I was surprised, which is why I brought my friend Thanos here, because he can't move backwards. Let's just say this one can dance a little, but my Thanos here is way too stiff. Let's leave him here since I already moved him. He's not going to stay still anymore. Here, if you notice, he has the star that represents his shield. Here on the front, like I said, he's always going to have this. And for the movie, they made it a little more blue. They changed the colors a bit from what they are in the comic, and they just left it blue like this. The question I leave for you all, and if you know, leave it in the comments, is at what point did they change clothes? Because they traveled to each of the dimensions, so to speak, or to the past, to recover all the Infinity Stones. Then, only Hulk and the figure we gave away last week stayed with the astronaut suit. All the others had time to change. Maybe Hulk didn't, because his whole arm got burned. But if you notice here, he doesn't lose the Avengers. Still, in the same suit that our Captain America is wearing, here it says the Avengers on both sides, here, near the shoulder. The lower part is the one that has the representation of the United States symbol, which are the colors between silver, red, and blue. And he's wearing his gloves. Here on the belt, we can see he has some gadgets that he could use. Honestly, we rarely see Captain America using weapons. He just uses his shield and here, Thor's hammer. And let's also look at the boots. The effect is lost. You can only see that the boot starts here and ends with some pretty wide soles for his boots. However, it looks like he's just wearing a suit of the same style. Among the gadgets, the first thing we have is the hammer, here, from Thor, which in the movie, as we see, he is worthy to wield. It simply has this part here so he can hold it, and it comes with 3 effects. The first one, which is this lightning bolt, is the one that stands out, and we're going to put it on right now. It goes here on the top part of our hammer. The second thing, it comes with our effects that you can attach to the sides. So on each side of our hammer you can put the lightning bolts that come out as part of the same effect. If we remember, our Captain America is fighting Thanos and his shield gets broken, leaving him with just this fragment. So, well, at least they gave us that. Now I can have a battle between our Thanos and our Captain America. Let's see. It also comes with 2 alternate faces, one part that has a neck and the other that's just the face. So you can swap it here from having hair to being completely covered. Right now, we're going to leave him like he was in the battle, with our Captain America covered up like this. And everything else are just accessories that you can attach so you can put the shield in his hands. There are also several interchangeable hands so you can have him hold the hammer as well. This is how our Captain America looks once he's assembled. If you notice, for example, our shield is dirty from the battle he's having against Thanos. I told you I was going to put this shield on him, the one that's already broken. Honestly, there was an absolutely incredible fight. It made me really sad to see when they started breaking his shield. First, the blow lands, then it starts to break apart, and the Mad Titan didn't hold back at all. He showed no mercy. Here we see our Captain America holding Mjolnir, wielding all the power that belongs to Thor. Honestly, the figure is amazing. Do you notice this change of face? It has the from the Avengers here again on the front, right here on the forehead. It also has it here on the side. We'll show you the photo in a moment. Now, there's a design like the wings of Captain America here on the side of the head. And besides that, you can barely make out the detail in the eyes. Let's say the eyes are blue. This one is really detailed in terms of colors. And that's pretty much all you can do in terms of swapping out the hands. If you want to put the shield on the back, you just swap out each piece. And here we present to you the final figure of our Captain America. Leave a comment if you liked the video, and if not, go check out all our social media anyway. Hit like, give us a heart, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Remember, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Medium. Check out all our social media, smash that powerful like, and share it with all your friends. Remember to visit Darkoburi.com, where we have exclusive figures for sale that will be delivered right to your doorstep. Check out all the pieces we have there. And remember, we also have mugs, thermoses, keychains, pins, and stickers. And remember, Darkoburi, peace out.